Today we are going to be taking the Maserati 250F around the Mugello circuit. Looks like the world record time is going to be 2 minutes 29.504 seconds. We're on really narrow tires, so grip should be at a premium, and hopefully we can get a couple clean laps in. We're starting off on the stock setup as always. Surprisingly, the car seems to have pretty good horsepower. Yep. We do not have fifth gear, only a 4-speed transmission I see. Let's see what it does on the braking. Yep, looks like we've got some rear wheel hop and we are already off the track. Guess this will turn out to be a practice lap instead. A surprisingly low level of grip in this car. Those narrow wheels really show their face in the corner. The brakes are completely awful. Pretty much driving a car with the throttle right now. Like, terrible, terrible brakes. Shockingly terrible. Like, I know the car doesn't have any grip for cornering, but under braking it just feels like the rear wheels just insta-lock. Maybe it's actually wheel hop? I'm not sure. Yep, just fighting it all the way through this corner. Trying to adjust my pedals a bit. Takes a lot more inputs than most of the cars I drive. I imagine being smooth will be the key to being fast, but it's not my specialty. Yep, and I think the rear wheels just get locked up. Because all of a sudden, I just lose all braking force. I just feel like the fronts don't contribute anything to the slowing down of this car. I just stomp on the brakes. The front wheels just don't lock up. Okay, so this will be our first clean lap, I hope. It's actually quite a fun car to drive, even with its problems. I think we're hitting the rev limiter right now. Back off a bit to save the engine. Okay, seems like bury your foot in the brakes to begin with, and that kind of gets the car stopped. At least we kept it on the track this time. Kind of getting a little better at anticipating the lack of grip now. I think I need to be a little slow on the gear changes. Yep, locked him up that time. We are going to stay on the track though, so that is good. I think a bigger blip on downshift to help keep the rear wheels from locking. Yep. Way off now. Surprisingly tricky car to drive, considering it's not really fast. It's just kind of feels like you think you got an idea of what the limit is, and then it turns out you're either way under it or way over it. Very peaky levels of grip. Still a fun challenge. go. Got slowed down this time. Gotta be a little more careful on the throttle. I think I'm just ham-fisting that a bit too much. Using the throttle to steer the car, that seems to be making it happier. We're not gonna get stopped. Flip the gas a bit and, yeah, throttle seems to fix this car. Just keep adding throttle. Okay, looks like the forced clean lap is going to be a, let's see what we get when we cross the line, a 1:30.8. So we're just going to keep it pinned this time. We're going to do one more lap on the stock setup. Just keep giving it gas to unlock those rear wheels. I think I kind of bogged down, but that corner was definitely better this time. Just trying to keep it under control. Yeah, just steering with the throttle. That's the key. I think I figured it out now. Really heavy on the downshift blips. This car actually makes a pretty fun drift car. Really keeps you busy. Kind of broke a little too early for that, actually. Still feel like if I was more precise, I could be much quicker in this car. I'm just giving it gas to make it turn. Pretty much dirt tracking all of these corners. Broke a little too early. Yeah, way too early actually. There we go. Trying to get a good run down this back straight. Yeah, I think we might have it. There we go. A world record lap. I feel like we can go faster, so I'm going to make a few adjustments to the setup and see if that helps us. So let's start with the gears. We're kind of running out of fourth gear, so I'm going to make that a bit longer. Tires, I'm just going to leave them where they are. Fuel. Definitely don't need that much fuel. I'm going to take this down to, we'll give ourselves 3 laps and change for a little bit of security. Suspension, honestly don't know how to adjust this on this type of car, so I'm just going to leave it where it is. The alignment, positive camber, that's kind of interesting. Let's get rid of that, well, as much as we can anyway. Rebound, felt fine. Brake bias, guess maybe more front brake bias maybe? Because I just didn't feel like the front brakes were doing anything, so maybe that'll help. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's actually see if we can lock the front brakes now. Nope, they will not lock. Maybe the front brakes just don't have enough power to lock the front tires. I'm actually not even sure if this car has functioning front brakes. Could be like a go-kart maybe. Yeah, it seems like we're still going to run out of fourth gear. We definitely Need practice under braking in this car. Again, driving without ABS is not my strong set, so I'm probably losing a lot of time right there. Feels like it has a surprising amount of usable power, because you really can get going when you put your foot into it. Yeah, using a lot of curbing right there. I cannot get it back down to the apex. Completely sideways through this corner. Looks like it'll be the same here, but we will run out of room. Yep, still sideways. This really was a D1 drift car long before its time. Don't quite think it has enough angle, though. I wonder if they make angle mods for old Maserati race cars. Yeah, I'm all over the road. There's a lot of time to be had on this lap. Yeah, that's not the gear I wanted. That's still not the gear I wanted, but we'll live with it. Okay, we're gonna give this one more try. Get it slowed down and turned in. Eventually. Yeah, there goes the rear. Just trying to balance the slip angle with the direction I want to go. Let's see if we can go faster. It's very squirmy down the straights because I don't think it has any downforce whatsoever on it. Just trying to blip the throttle and unlock those rear wheels. Just drift from one side to the other. Makes for a pretty entertaining drive, though. Okay, rear wheels are locked up again. Yeah, it does remind me a lot of a go-kart. Want to stay off the curbs this time. That definitely did not help. I badly overslowed for that corner. Yeah, we got in a little too hot there. We're still on the track somehow. Looks like our ghost has passed us. Yeah, we ran out of luck. Yeah, looks like we're not gonna beat our previous best time. We can go faster, but I don't think we're gonna do it today. So we'll leave it at that. 2 minutes, 27.66 seconds. Not a bad lap. Not really happy with it, but I guess it will do. Let's see if the front tires actually do lock under any condition. Yeah, they do lock, so we do have front brakes. Interesting. They just must be very weak. Well, let's watch the replay. I can't remember what my fast lap was. I think it was... must have been before this lap. So, was this it? Yeah, we'll just watch any lap. I'm not sure which was a fast lap. Definitely a very fun car to drive. Really, none of these laps are that put together, so I don't think you're missing anything. The difference between my fastest lap and the other ones was I just didn't go into the grass that time. Just fighting it all the way through the corners. It's actually pretty enjoyable. Yeah, I think this is the lap I Frost did my setup changes on, because I think I went off the track here. Yeah, so the fast lap must have been this lap then. I guess we got time. We'll watch the fast lap. So here we go into turn 1. Way off the apex. I almost could have fit another car up the inside. I definitely left probably another 5 seconds on this course. Just perpetually sideways through the corners. Lots of fun though. I'm still surprised by how weak the front brakes were though. That was shocking. Just goes to show you how far braking technology has come. And it's rocking that positive camber all the way around. Very loose car. I have to admit though, these cars did look quite good though. None of those wings and aero bits making them all look like the Batmobile. Still surprisingly quick in the straight lines for even though this is an older car, and I can't imagine it made that much power. I definitely did leave a huge amount of time on this lap. I'm gonna have to come back to this combo and try and set a better lap. It just never stops sliding through that section. I also braked way too early for this corner. I know there was speed left on the table. Also, if I could have gotten the gears set up so I could use first gear and second, there would have been a lot of room for improvement. Yep, and across the line. Yeah, well, thanks for watching. Have a great day.